Hello, everybody. Surprise, surprise. I'm here again. I'm going to actually take over YouTube. I'll be everywhere like Brother Stare. I hope you like it. Hey, everybody. Welcome aboard. I had my chicken dumplings with kimchi, and we're back. Screwdriver and radio listening. There's a pirate, WDOJ, on 6960, playing Don't You Forget About Me. There's another pirate on 6950. And there's something on 6925 that's not quite strong right now. The strongest is 6960 and 6950. Welcome aboard. This is the special edition of the Shortwave Show. It's something that I'm going to do a little more often this time around. I used to do surprise shows where I would tune the bands and have fun with radio. And I thought that this time around, maybe we could have more of that. I'm really blasted. It's like super dark in the background. So we're going to have these live shows from time to time, and we're going to tune the bands around and just see what's up there. What I want in this type of show is that you guys share what you're listening to, and we can all try it, and I'll share what I'm listening to. You could all try it and whatever. So I think this is going to be a cool thing to do. So surprise! I was actually cooking my my dumplings. That sounds weird. Cooking my dumplings, and I thought, you know what? I feel like a little more of a live show tonight. Why not? So we're gonna do this regularly. It could pop up at any scheduled time. It could pop up any day. I just, out of the blue, turn on the live show and we listen to Shortwave. So I hope you enjoy this second show. If you have nothing special to do tonight on Saturday, well, hey, it's the thing. Somebody first comment I got was it's not September 5th. At 0130 UT, it is September 5th. You got to learn about your UTC dates. Okay? 0130 UTC is September 5th. It might not be September 5th in your part of the world, but it is on world time. Welcome aboard, everybody. My name is Gilles, located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And we're going to tune the bands. I've got the good old Texan H501X. I've been listening to the Pirate rebroadcast on WRMI 5950. Was pretty good. Music was good. Put me in the mood of another show, actually. And, now, lots of pirates. We are in a long Labor Day weekend. So I hope that you enjoy the show tonight and that you find that it's kind of cool. And it's just really fun to be here once again. So, okay. Bobby Burgess, nice to have you here. WA5107 SWL, Morgan City, Louisiana. Matt, MDK2 in Denver, Colorado. K6YYL. Yep, a surprise second show just for you, actually. So hope you're having fun with the Parks on the Air that you are participating in. So pretty cool. The Winx Gamer, nice to have you here. Canadian Radio TV guy, nice to have you on board. Suddenly a lot of RF noise, so something happened in your area. Somebody turned on one of those bad things that make noise that we all hate. XFM warming up on 6925 AM. It's very, very weak here. But 6950 WDOJ is pretty good. Sorry. Erica Trell, nice to have you on board. It is dark. It's like, vampire dark. So if something happens while I'm here, you guys know. KMXZ76, what a treat. You're back. Cool. Otters on the Crafter's Kitchen. I thought this may have been a pirate heist. Yeah, well, I know Paul the cat was on my chair. As soon as I got up, I went inside to start the cooking stuff. Paul was on my chair. I was like, okay, Paul's starting the show now. Nice to have you here, everybody. Eric Cottrell, tuned in for a while in the earlier show. Night is a good time to listen to Shortwave, absolutely. And how about having fun with that tonight? Arthur's Holly Croucher's Kitchen. My radios are off, but a bonus show is so welcome. Mark Cope, WA5153SWL from Dallas, Texas. VE3XDB from Kitchener, Ontario, on his ICOM IC7300 transceiver. Steve Miller, nice to have you on board from Arizona. And 30 minutes more sun over there. Joe Tyson, nice to have you here from Apex, North Carolina. KM4WRQ. And yeah, it's a W6 LVP loop that is behind me. I don't know if we see it well with the lighting. It's up there. There you go. It's up there. That's the W6 LVP loop. And the wire here. Yeah, whoops. Wow, this is difficult to go. So that wire. And is there a tag there? That's a fiber optic cable from Bell Canada. That is coming through here. So welcome everyone to the live show tonight, and hope that you enjoy our tuning the bands together. I don't know how long it's going to be, but you know, let's enjoy whatever time I will devote to this live show once again. Tristan, nice to have you on board from Western Newfoundland. Mighty KBC coming in like a champ. I haven't tried it. 5960 Mighty KBC. Oh yeah, it's really strong. Super powerful. 5960 Mighty KBC. 6960 WDOJ Pirate in upper sideband coming in well. 6950. What's on 6950? 6950 is Radiogenics, still on the air. So that's what I'm hearing right now. So it's kind of cool. What else do we have? XFM is on 6925 AM. Let me try it again, but it was very weak here. Not even hearing it now. There's one other station on 6930. That seems to be an AM. So kind of interesting. Well, you know, it's to expect that there's a lot of pirates this weekend. Checking out the bands here, but yeah, 6970. Right now, 6960 is the strongest of the pirates, WDOJ. And 6950 next is the second strongest right now. So two pirates that I hear over here. So it's kind of cool. Mark Cope, nice to have you here. Yes, I already said that. Submarine Radio Man, 6950, blowing into Pennsylvania. Pretty cool. Jim, here's WDOJ. So I don't know, but it was actually. There we go. So anyways, WDOJ is pretty good. Pretty good signal. And Jim in Rhode Island, Nice to have you on board. Enjoy the bonus show. Canadian Radio TV Guide. Does fiber cause interference? Technically, it shouldn't because it's light. So it shouldn't. But this cable is kind of a hybrid. There's kind of two cables coming in together. One is the regular copper wire telephone. And I suspect that might actually be doing some interference. But for the fiber, technically, I don't think it should do interference normally because, like I said, it's really light beams of information. Mad Max, nice to have you here. Darren Rogers from Long Island, New York. Nice to have you on board. Scott Lambert, nice to have you here. My first live show in a while, and it's good to be back. Radio is on already. Cool. Doctor says I wants a WWV and CHU check again. Okay. We're going to check that out. So Brian Penny, Eric Cottrell, everybody, nice to have you here. So WWV, let's try CHU for first. So it's 3330 better. And 3330 isn't good tonight here. Usually it's super strong. Tonight it isn't. So it's kind of weird. I can't really turn the antenna much. Can I? Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's better when I turn the loop that side. It's a little stronger. So 3330. 7850. Nothing. 14670. Nothing. WWV 25 megahertz. Nope. 20 megahertz. Nope. 15 megahertz. 15 megahertz coming in. 10 megahertz. Real good 10 megahertz. 5 megahertz. Starting to come in. 5 megahertz. Let's try 2500, but I don't think so. Nothing on 2500. So let's check something here. 2330. See if I can. Oh, that's pretty good. Like this is pretty good. CHU. I just turned the loop. With signals that are really close, that works. Let me check something here. And this is how our house in the middle of the street on 6960 is stronger. So here we go. XFM moved to 6285. Okay, let's try that. 6285. 6285. It's barely there. I hear it, but I hear it barely. Barely. Brett Wayne, nice to have you here. 2 cool shows. 5950 is S9 in Salamanca. Yep, that's WRMI. That's pretty good. 6160 D-Dog 845. 6160 is WBCQ. WBCQ. Did you know here in one Badass Welding says 40 meters hopping right now with the Colorado QSO party. Roberto Rojas, ¿cómo está mi amigo? Desde buenas noches, mi amigo. What do we have? Canadian Radio TV guys copying XFM on 6285 here in Alberta. Submarine Radio Man, V3XDB, 5x7, 5x9. Okay, W3. Okay, just got a shout out on XFM. Cool. Is Paul's friend still visiting? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Was there like at least 2 times. Donny Hoot, I got 15, the strongest here. Cool. Eric Cottrell, you should put a cheap rotator on that loop. Yeah, I know. That would be a good idea, maybe. Actually, I can't really rotate it really well because the wire with the fiber optics, the loop touches it, so it wouldn't go full. It's too close. I would have to change its position for that. But yeah, that could be something nice. But you know, I've got a manual rotator. My jam, nice to have you on board. See if they get any CBs. Okay, let's try first the Super Bowl channel. Super Bowl is quiet. Really a very quiet band tonight here. Nothing on the bands. Yep. This is extremely quiet. Extremely quiet right now on the bands here. Canadian Radio TV says, what antenna are you using now? Well, I've got the W6LVP because that's what's in the backyard. So it's, let's say it's a MLA30 that's so much more expensive. But it's an equivalent. It's a magnetic loop antenna. Same here. So Brad says it's called an Armstrong rotator. Mad Max, I got my MLA30 Plus hooked up as well. Cool. A lot of people using the MLA30. I wonder who's the guy on YouTube that talks about that antenna all the time and that has so many people buying it. I'm wondering if some people in China are like, what the hell? These guys in North America are buying, in Europe are buying that MLA30. What the hell? Who's telling them to buy that? James Hauser, nice to have you here. The radio I'm using is the Texan H501X, which is honestly my favorite radio. I got to say it. It's my favorite radio. But apart from, let's see if 20 meters has some signals here. Anybody on 20 meters tonight? Let's check it out. There's somebody on 14175.
Fantastic. Let's see here. Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec with EAC, is that correct?
So 20 meters has a few signals. That's kind of interesting. Anything on 15 megahertz, 19 meters. Let's check it out. Something on 15230 that I believe is Radio Havana, Cuba. Well, WRMI is still there on 15770 with Brothers there. What a really bad use of transmitter power. Radio New Zealand is weak. I can hear it, but it's in the noise on 13840 Radio New Zealand. September, propagation is changing, so it's actually not as good as it was for Radio New Zealand here. Matt says they should cut you percentage. Yeah, I know. 7780, Dr. Sisop. 7780. There it is. I believe it's Radio Slovakia, if I'm not mistaken. 93.95. 93.95 has some music. So they're not too bad. Not too bad. Scott Lambert, I have an MLA30, but don't use it as much as I used to. I have better reception with the 40-meter dipole. That's the thing about the MLA30. Like I always say, it is a good antenna when you have a lot of noise and have no other choice. But when I compared it to my sloper, if you would remove the noise, my sloper probably got as much, if not more, signal than the MLA30. It's just that it was impossible to listen to it because the noise level was as high as the signal. And that's what the MLA30 did to me, is it actually improved the signal to noise ratio. But if you live in a decently quiet and even mid, I would say like noisy to a certain extent, but not like crazy noisy, a long wire, a dipole will probably beat the MLA30 really fast. That I'm not surprised. The MLA30 is that, like, let's say shortwave radio for those that are living in a big city with tons of noise antenna, if we could say it. But like I say, it's not a miracle. I've seen people buy it and have and kind of telling me, well, I bought that because you say it's good, but I mean, my wire gets more signal. Yeah, because what you don't realize is you live in an environment where that wire isn't in a noise environment. Of course, it's better. Of course, it's better. Yeah, Brother Stare is dead. I know. What do you want, Dr. Sisop? I don't know what to say. If I had a few $1,000,000, I'd actually call all these stations and say, hey, we're going to put Jill shortwave show 24 hours a day on every frequency. So let's bring in the millions. Come on, guys. Kimberly, K6YYL, says 14,335 now. Let's check it out. 14,335. And we're going to put ourselves in the upper sideband and see if we hear something. There's a little bit of a tone here. It'd be fun to hear K6YYL calling CQ. Gonna see. Canadian Radio TV guy says sun hasn't set in Alberta yet, so some of the bands are still warming up here. But most it sounds pretty good right now. Cool. Donnie Hoot says stuck in a condo with silly rules. Yeah, had to hide my MLA30 on my back fence. Yeah, that's sad. This radio doesn't go to 60 kilohertz, Dr. Sisop, unfortunately. Tristan, who is that guy who put us on the MLA30? We all owe the man a beer. Not on the same night. I'm going to be drunk like really crazy. VE3XDB says 5085 WTWW for 59 plus 40. And don't forget, when there's music, you can go to WTWW.us and they have a request page where you can actually ask for your favorite songs. Scott Lambert says, I had much more noise on my dipole before I got it so high off the ground. I agree the MLA30 is great antenna, but it just finally found a combination. Yeah, because, you put it higher so it actually moved away from all the noise from the different houses. If I could put an antenna here 100 feet up, it probably would be great. Voice of the report of the week on 5850. 5850, not too bad. 5850 is actually pretty good. Coming up. Oh, yeah, coming up. At 200. I thought it was a little early. So in 6 minutes. But 5850 is coming up really well here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Anybody else listening to anything special in the bands right now? Just out of curiosity. Let me check out here. I'm going to check. Let's check 25 meter band. 25 meter band. Radio Nacional Amazonas from Brazil is pretty good. On 11780 with some Brazilian music. Kind of nice to hear. 11780. And Radio Nacional Amazonas from Brazil. If you guys want to try it. Try 5085. 5085. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. XFM 6285 now. Let's check it out. It's there, but XFM is kind of... Let me rotate, just out of curiosity. Nope. Nope. Doesn't make it better. 6285 is almost impossible to hear here. John Flick, getting better signals at night. Yeah, there's kind of a pattern on shortwave radio. Usually midday is not the best. Not that it's, not impossible to DX or have some interesting stuff, but usually late afternoon to evening and night is usually better on shortwave. So 5960 scary noises. Oh, maybe it was one of those digital transmissions, D-Dog. Mighty KBC has some digital signals sending out pictures at a couple of times during the broadcast. So Mad Max getting a little bit on 11670. I believe that's Cuba. Let's check it out. 11670. Yeah, it's in the noise here, but there's something. I think that's Radio Havana, Cuba. Apart from that, do we have... Let's check out the 40 meter band out of curiosity. Lower side band. Oh, I'm surprised that 40 meter band is so quiet tonight. Radio Havana, Cuba coming in. Very distorted, but it's there. Radio Havana, Cuba on 6000. But they are very distorted tonight, Radio Havana, Cuba. Something's always wrong at Radio Havana, Cuba, apparently. Canadian Radio TV guy says the only thing I hear on shortwave in the daytime, 11930, 11850, these are Radio Marti. Radio Marti. Yeah, or in the west part of North America, Asian stuff. A lot of Asian in the morning. And Dr. Sisop says Cuba needs to be jammed by fire Drake. Darren Pierce, nice to have you here from Melbourne, Australia. Midday Sunday here, so propagation not that good yet. Looking forward to some shortwave listening later today. Welcome aboard from down under, my friend. Hey, RJDA Dakota. Yeah, of course I'm back. I decided that I'm going to take over Brother Stare. I'm going to be here 24 hours a day now, and even on the shortwave bands. Try WCBS 880, says Dr. Sisop. Well, that one's an easy one here. 880. Here we go. Oh, it's so weak. Am I using the loop? Oh, I'm using the loop right now. That's why. But still, it's weak. Oh, I got more. I got like tons of interference. Usually should be good, but I'm too close to the computer. And the loop does not receive 880 because the loop has a filter blocking medium wave. So I can't receive medium wave on the loop. I'm going to do an ATS scan on the radio, and we're going to see what actually it is receiving on shortwave with the ATS scan. It'll be interesting to see all the stations it stops on, and we're going to go through that. Donnie Hoots, 6,000, pretty good. Jeff, New Hampshire, what a treat. Double feature. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Radio Thailand. Yeah, it's signing on right now, 15590. I'm going to have to try that. Nice to have you here, Luis. Canadian Radio TV guy says, why does 6,000 Havana Cuba always sound distorted besides the noise I get on that specific frequency from my plasma TV? Because they're using old transmitters. I believe they're using like old Soviet era transmitters that are slowly but surely getting away and giving out, and they don't have any money to replace or repair them. And so slowly, Radio Havana Cuba is one of those moments where one of those stations that are going to go on the wayside. The day they're going to disappear is because they go on the wayside because the transmitters are just dead. A lot of stations left shortwave not because they just wanted to leave shortwave, simply because the transmitter went bad and they had no money to replace, and it just stayed like that. So so we're going to see what the easy tuning mode is actually getting in stations. 45 stations right now, apparently. What else do we have? Canadian Radio TV guy says, voice of the report of the week starting on the top of the hour of music, kind of unusual. Mad Max couple, the AN 200 and 880 came in pretty good. Yeah, the AN 200 is pretty good. Patrick, nice to have you on board. And yeah, Shortwave Hunt is going bad. Going great. Oh, not just recap. I think they just need new transmitters. Dr. Sisop says, in Guam could not get Cuba, WTWW, WRMI, or WCR. Tristan, 5505 coming in okay-ish. I think it's Gander. No, 5505 is Shannon Volmet out of Ireland, Tristan. It's the Shannon weather station out of Ireland that you're getting on 5505. So let's see what it got here. So it got something on 15685. What's that? What's on 15685 at this time? Oh, 200. It's very, very weak in the noise. Let me check that out. I'm going to go to EIBI space. And I'm going to go to the frequency list. Is it Cuba? 15685 is very, very weak. I can't even make out the language. 15685. What do we have on 15685 here? There's some music. 15685 at this time. So we are 0200 UT. That's interesting. I got some music and there's nothing here on 15685 that is in the list. Kind of interesting, but very, very weak. And then we got Brazil's 11780, Cuba 11670, WWV 10 megahertz.
Indigenous radio 70 stations from Australia and New Zealand. Back to you, Jeff.
9975 is AWR wave scan. And this is out of, my guess, WWCR. So 9975.
In August 2021 edition of Bangladesh DX report on Waviscan. This is Salahuddin Dollar from Rajshahi, Bangladesh. Glad to be back and thanks.
Oh, it's actually KVOH. Oh, this is nice. This is KVOH 9975. I like that. That's from Rancho Simi, California. 9975. Oh, this is cool. So AWR Wavescan 9975 coming out of Rancho Simi, California. KVOH. Really nice. And pretty good signal, too. Wow. JDA Dakota, check me transmitters from the 60s. Canadian Radio TV guy got a kick out of joke WRW made about Brother Stare on one of his recent broadcasts. I was talking about having a good voice for radio. You mentioned that Brother Stare sounded like he had no teeth. Oh, God. Matt says 5505 Shannon. Yes, it is Shannon. Gander is not on 5505. It's really Shannon in Ireland. Scott Beltran, I say, have you here from Kentucky? And yes, I'm back live. Might not last 3 hours, though, this time. But, just a little bit of fun on radio. 15685, eh, Luis? 685, not 865. 685. Donny Hoot. Well, 4840 WWCR, Dr. Sisop comes in really well here. Matt says 9975 is always a huge signal here. Matt says, darn Spanish Lady VO7 back to doing their Sunday UTC broadcast 01 rather than 03. I missed it. Mr. Licky Train, I say, have you here? So, pretty cool. So that's AWR wave scan. You got a weak WRMI on 9955. Radio Romania 9700. China Radio in via Cuba in Chinese on 9580. 9490 is radio. What is this? The name of the station? Radio. Is that station transmitting to Cuba? Radio Con 4990. Radio. Radio Republica. Clandestine from France towards Cuba on 9490. Greece, not super strong, but strong enough that it's easy to know that it's Greek music on 9420. WRMI on 9395. Yeah. That would be BCQ 6160. 6105, which should be radio. I'm always amazed at the strength of the signal of Radio Japan via France on 6105. So amazing. Let's try something here. If I look at 15590, pretty empty here. I've never heard the 02 transmission from Radio Thailand. I hear the 0 UT when propagation is good, but 02 is never here. Mobile Armored Strike Commands has made 8 contacts with mainly parks on the air. Pretty cool. Canadian Radio TV guy says I usually hear 9975 KVOH every night in the summer. Mr. Liquor Train says tuned in late. Are you doing this remotely outside on your balcony? I am outside on my balcony, absolutely. Scott Lambert says 9815 China radio from China. Wow. We're trying 9815, but it's a very weak carrier. Very, very weak carrier here, but nothing. Dr. Sysop says 9395 is jammed over there. Donnie has 9420, Voice of Greece. Weak. Cool. Man Max 15685. At first, I didn't hear anything. Started hearing something in the background. Yeah, it's like too weak to make out anything, but there's kind of something there. Could be one of those Chinese jammers, maybe blocking one of the new frequencies of the one of these stations they don't want to. Anything else here? Let's check it out. I'm just checking out what's up here. Okay. So 4840 for anybody that asked. Always very strong. At 0300, what I usually do on the Saturday evenings is tune in 4840 because they have the DX block, which has Ask WWCR. Then it's followed by the Australian DX report, and then the AWR wave scan, which lasts, all the block lasts like an hour. So this is going to be, this is always my Saturday evening DX listening. So Northeast Ohio, says Donnie. Jay Watterson, I say have you on board. Yeah, 4840. Usually in 45 minutes, Bobby. Is my usual DX block. I wonder what's going to happen. I want to try something, guys. I'm going to shut the lights down and see if we can see more of the background with the lights off. Oops. Stays dark, eh? Really dark. And I look like a ghost like this. It's kind of interesting. So, kind of weird. I was wondering if the camera would get a little more, but still stays dark in the back. It is absolutely a covered barbecue that my radio is sitting on. This is where when I say that I'm making hamburgers or, ribs or whatever, this is where I'm cooking those hamburgers usually when I end the show on my barbecue. And this is a brand new, because I always get laughed at because there's holes in my barbecue cover. Now this one is brand new, and it's one of the heavy duty ones. It's actually real. It's a real tough one. RGA Dakota has opata from Brazil. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's not super strong here, but it's there. 47.65. Oh, nothing there. Radio Rebelde on 5025 from Cuba. That's Radio Rebelde. What's on 5050? 5050. What's that station?
Understand this as a child of God.
5050.
Aspect of our life should be done for
5050.
Every single aspect of our life should be lived as unto the Lord. Years ago, he's gone on to glory now, but Dr. Aaron Smith and I became friends.
5050.
In my home, and Dr. Aaron was the very first president of our seminary, where I went to seminary, which is now in
5050. That is.
Dr. Aaron Smith was the first president of Luther Rouse Seminary when it first formed, and later in life, he and I became friends.
Oh, it's WWRB. WWRB from Manchester, Tennessee on 500 5050. WWRB. Yeah, it is time for more vodka. This is a screwdriver. Absolutely. I get to make food, listen to the radio. Mad Max. It's super dark. Super dark. I don't know if it's because I can't see nothing with the lights here because I have these big spots, but I think, let me just see if I see at least one star. It seems to be cloudy. I don't seem to see any stars tonight. It's difficult because I got like these big spots on my face, which is what I use for radio, for my live show. Sorry. Man Max lives in Springfield, Ohio, but visit my mother in Southeast Ohio. Cool. Trustin, I think I heard something about WBCQ 9330 will soon be fixed and back online. Yeah, yeah. I heard them this week. I thought they were actually back, but probably was just propagation. Hey, my bedtime is about 05 UT, JRDX in general. I go to bed around 1 a.m. Sometimes a little more. It depends what Saturday night is kind of, it's funny because, we have habits, and our habits are hard to change, So when I used to have a 9-to-5 job, when you have a 9-to-5 job, you try to get the most of, your evenings and whatever, your weekends, and you have your certain habits of that. When you're like me, where you wake up at whatever time you want and do your job in the daytime from home and do stuff like this, what happens is that some of the habits go away. Like I was joking to my brother because he's working, and on Sunday he was telling me how he was kind of bummed out because it was Sunday night and he had to go to work on Monday. And I said, well, I lost that feel a long time ago. I don't have the Sunday feel anymore. It doesn't exist for me anymore. Why? Because I don't have to wake up on Monday morning to go to work. My work is at home. I wake up when I want and then I work. So there's no feel anymore. And working for yourself is different also. But um, for some reason, one of the feels that never changed is still, and maybe it's because the way society works, I still have kind of a feel of weekdays and weekends. And I don't know why I kept the feel and I kept the Saturday night listening to the radio as late as possible is kind of still there. For some reason, even if in the weekdays I have the luxury and the possibility of listening to shortwave until 2 a.m., I rarely do it. But I do it on Saturday nights, like if I was working a regular job. And I think it has to do with like the society kind of giving you that weekend and week feel that I still kept. It's kind of weird, That's how our brain wires. It's weird how our brain keeps us in some kind of you know a way of working, and you're like, why do I obey these rules? I remember one. I think it was like a Tuesday night. There was something on, and I was starting to get like a little sleepy. And I remember just like thinking, why the hell can't I stay up until 3 a.m. if I want on Tuesday night? I mean, I can wake up at 11 tomorrow morning. It doesn't matter. My work lets me have that luxury of waking up whenever I want. But for some reason, my brain is wired like, no, it's Tuesday. Go to bed. You're like, what? That's weird. Oh, man. It's an official Weber radio stand. Oh, yeah. I didn't take it as a complaint, Jay Watterson. Don't worry. It is a barbecue. That's because last time, what I was saying, Jay Watterson, is that last time I did a live show here, I had this cover on the barbecue that had tons of holes in it because it was totally worn out. And people were like, people are like, I think it's time to change that barbecue cover. VE3XDB 7420 classical music. Do you know what station it is? I'm seeing only China on the shortwave guide. So 7420, which is music. Absolutely. I'll tell you what's that. 7420. It's some kind of classical music stuff. This is. It's on 7420 right now. 0200. 0200. That's interesting. 7420. We're at 0200, right? 7420. So that's not China. Radio Romania ends at 02. Oh, interesting. I don't see a listing. Anybody knows what 7420 is? There's some classical type music. I've got Romania that ends at 02. And it cannot be China. This is not China. So 7420, I have no idea what it is. With some classical music. Anybody knows? I have no idea. 7420 is not listed here. That's interesting. Hey Boyd, nice to have you on board. And yes, it's time for more vodka. Matt, 9395, free and clear here in Colorado. 9420 copyable, but not too strong. Donnie says, I do cheat. I have friend plugin on the SDR Una. Yeah. That is, by the way, Eric Cottrell in the chat room is the guy behind the friend plugin. You got to thank him for that. Matt, 7420 strong. Yeah, that's it. It says here all I have is PBS from China or China Radio International. No, it's no. There's nothing listed here on my list. So I don't know what 7420 is. She can't get here. Bitch cop needs to be in the front here on my private property. And the fence is actually locked. So if a bitch cop tries to arrest me, she better have a warrant to get me. And it's going to be live on the show. This is going to be cool. I want to be one of those YouTubers that, the cops arrest live. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I should do more shows at the at Perry Island. Oh man. Mobile Armor Strike Command says, I have two habits that keep me up nearly all night. Shortwave listening and astronomy. Oh, astronomy, yeah. That is definitely. You know what I was thinking? Yeah, Matt, I was thinking the same as you. Usually it's Radio Romania. Is it Radio Romania that just didn't sign off? But it's kind of weird. So 7420, guys, listen to that. We don't know what it is. Jeff, Victor Echo 2, Delta Papa Oscar, VE2DPO. That was her call sign. And if you see the name Joanne, is my sister. What is this on 7420? Interesting. Scott Belcher, in the spring, I still want to take afternoon naps like I used to be able to do when basketball season was over. It's something that's driven our minds. We do something as a habit and it just continues. So you guys should see this. On that side, there's a window. And there's this lady looking at me through the window and wondering. And there were like three people watching through the window and actually wondering, what is that guy doing with all the spots? And he seems to be talking to himself. I've been watching them since a little earlier. It's like, yeah, they seem to be saying, what is that guy doing? What else? D-Dog picking up time signal on 10 megahertz in New Hampshire. Tristan, propane or charcoal? This is propane. Propane. I have no patience for charcoal, even though I know it tastes better. So this is propane. As simple as that. John Flick, are there ever any signals from Antarctica? The only signal that we know of that is right now from Antarctica is the station coming out of the Esperanza base of Argentina, LRA 36. And it is almost every day around like 18 UT, 19 UT on 15476. It can be PBS. There's no way that China is propagating on 7420. The Pacific Ocean is in daylight. 7420 would not propagate from China to here. So it is impossible to be China. It cannot be China. And it's constant music. What is that? Constant music, 7420. This is... What is that language? What's the language on 7420? That's not Chinese, that's for sure. It's not Mandarin. What is that? We got a mystery. 7420, guys. What was that language? Anybody could identify the language that was spoken there? I'm almost wondering if it's not Romania going overtime. It sounds Radio Romania. But that definitely is not China. Nope. It's impossible, Jerry. Pacific Ocean is in the daytime. That's not China. It's impossible. This is some European signal. It is not China. It's not from Asia, that's for sure. Robert Thompson listening to China Radio on 9580 in Missouri. Been a while since I've been able to pick them up. It's a real treat. Yeah, two frequencies for China in English, particularly, is 5990 at I think it's 23 and UT, and 9580 at I think 0 UT is two times when they're in English. You know, in Europe, it's funny because the guys in Europe are always like, well, China radio is everywhere. Well, since the Albanian transmitter site is gone, China is not as easy of a target in North America as it used to. That also is something to think about because you know what? It makes me feel like China has decided that China radio shortwave broadcasts in North America aren't that important. 5850 is not too bad here. I tried earlier and it's pretty good, actually. Pretty good here, 5850. So we got a mystery, guys. 7420. Free radio to anyone who actually identifies it. No. V3XDB, it was Russian? Russian language? Then it would be Romanian. I think it's Romania. I think Romania is actually going longer than 0200 because usually it's 0 to 02. So this must be Romania. Hey, Wing Wong, we are trying to identify 7420, which for us seems to be Radio Romania International. So, yeah, I think they're going over. For some reason, they're going over or they didn't shut down the transmitter. So it must be Radio Romania. Chris, G7VEO. Not sleeping tonight? Going 420 is playing what? Must be Radio Romania. Hey, Keegan. Nice to have you back. Hey, Mary. Good evening. Nice to have you here. So that must be Radio Romania finally. It's interesting because they're supposed to stop at 0200. As Matt says, it's weird because RRI is supposed to be on a few different frequencies now, not 7420, but the only language it's supposed to be in is Spanish. That's not Spanish, that's for sure. So it's not Mandarin, it's not Spanish. Can only be Radio Romania. A JDA decoder RRI sometimes has a secondary program. But I bet, yeah, there's a feel I had when I heard language, I heard talk. My feel was it must be RRI, but it's interesting because I never heard RRI continuing after hours or unscheduled. Kind of interesting, and especially playing just classical music. Kind of interesting. V3XDB was puzzled because there is usually very heavy fading on Radio Romania, but it's sounding great this evening. Hugo, nice to have you on board from Brazil, Hugo. Hope you are well, my friend. So, possibly mystery solved, Radio Romania. Any other signals that are weird or unknown? So let's go here. I'm going to try something here. 415. So any pirates? Let's check out pirates. Well, it seems that the pirate band is quiet now, right now. JD Dakota says on my internet radio, the same program is on within seconds of each other. Okay. Voice of Greece does this now also on their 9420 signal. Interesting. Yeah, the H501X show, which I love. Actually signed off now. Just signed off. So the only thing I can see, and it's an odd time for signing off. You know what? I think it's Radio Romania that for some reason the transmitter just stayed on later than it was supposed to. And now it just got shut down. I think we pretty much have nailed it on Radio Romania. I would be surprised not that it was not that.
On 5915 kilohertz today for WDOJ 333. BBC English Subject.
Some kind of DX show. Well, sounds like AWR Wavescan on 7780 right now. Yeah, but it's not China, Robert, because from North America to Asia, it's daytime over the Pacific. 7420 could not propagate, and I think we're pretty much on the spot with Radio Romania. Hey, we are great shortwave detectives. Is there a job opening for that shortwave detective? I want to apply. Anybody wants to do a shortwave detective gang? Let's work and do shortwave detective. I think they went past their usual time and somebody just noticed and said, "Whoa, what the hell? Transmitter's still on." Somebody was sleeping at a transmitter site. Donnie says someone fell asleep over there. Jerry, 3860. Yeah, it's like that 7200 kilohertz where there's tons of people, crazy people. Yeah, unfortunately, with the computer running, it's not a good time for me, but long wave beacons, yes. Donnie says shortwave detectives are way underpaid, I bet. Yeah, that's what I think. That's why we don't have a lot of them. So this is okay. For those that are surprised and wondering what is happening, this is a surprise shortwave listening show. Thought I'd go on the air a little more. Why not? Saturday night from the Labor Day weekend. So why not do a little more? It's 10:40 p.m. here. That's 0240 UTC. Anything else you guys are listening to? Let me check the Canadian weather frequencies, just out of curiosity. And there's a plane crossing the sky. By the way, for 5505, this is what it sounds like here. 5505 and this 5450. So this is 5450. $54.50 is the Royal Air Force, UK Royal Air Force frequency for weather. Jerry says an all-night show. I don't think so. I actually already have the eyes that are kind of a little just like, I'm getting tired. So it's not gonna be an all night, that's for sure. Yep, I remember because they also had a magazine or a kind of a publication, RGA Dakota, for the BBC monitoring service. And I remember seeing pictures and thinking, man, that must be the coolest job in the world if I get paid to listen to shortwave all day long. Yes, I want that job. Got some lightning there. Oh, not good with radio listening. Mr. Locasio. Nice to have you here. Andrew. My little stray starved cat just died. Oh, so sad. Kevin, so surprised and happy to see the show. Fired up my H501X to join along. Cool. Mad Max Harley makes out 7780. Brad says shortwave detectives underpaid, but get to drink on the job. Oh man. Laptops and radios don't go well together. Robert Thompson really misses Radio Canada International. That was one of my favorite shortwave stations. Yeah. RJDA Dakota, yes, BBC monitoring service would have been a great job. Yep. WRFR. My first QSL card, WRFI. I remember wondering if it was true that stations would answer. And when I got my first letter out in the mail, I was like, oh man, this is so cool. And I started QSLing like crazy. That was good old days. Okay, what else do we have here on the bands? So 5450. Anything special? So Cuba and 6000 is pretty strong. VE3XDB misses Radio Canada, BBC World Service, Radio France. Well, BBC World Service, although weaker and not directed to us, is still heard quite well. VE3XDB tries 0-100 UT, 9575. And actually, in an hour and 15 minutes, 0400 9915, they often come in quite well on the BBC World Service. Radio France International, I get the French service in the afternoon here on 13740. I don't know if you speak French. If you don't, yeah. The English service. Is there still an English service of Radio France? I haven't heard English out of France for a while. Swiss Radio International, I miss totally. Sweden, I miss also. Radio Sweden. Man, crazy. So, yeah. The radio I'm using, Wing Wong, is the Texan H501X. Canadian Radio TV guy, got my 1956 Nordman video vacuum tube shortwave radio set up. 25 feet long wired. Cool. These old radios are so much fun to play with, honestly. So much fun. Couldn't tell you. Oh, man. But, guys, this is a magical radio. And I don't know if you know about that, but this radio can actually get signals from the past. And here it is. Oops, didn't transfer. Should be playing there, but anyways. I wanted to do a joke that didn't work. Okay. Didn't work. Wanted to get the Bluetooth of my tablet going to the radio. Oh, God.
On the air, streaming, and on demand. This is the Jazz Play. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this evening. And up next is another version of an extraordinary song penned by Carole King and Jerry Goffin for Aretha Franklin. This is Leanne Carroll with a natural.
So this is the jazz show of Radio Havana, Cuba on 6,000 kilohertz. So, Keegan has 15 megahertz WWVH out of Hawaii. What else do we have? Briar Torn, nice to have you here. V3XDB for here and probably for you as you're in Ontario. 0 to 01 UT 9575 is a pretty good signal most evenings. Not every evening, but most evenings coming out of Warferton, UK. So that's a 1 hour BBC World Service. It's been very good this summer, actually. I've been listening to it almost every night. And in an hour and 10 minutes from now, a little more, you'll have 9915 coming out of Madagascar. Madagascar in the Indian Ocean, which is for Africa, but because it's beam in our direction, it's usually very good. So these are 2 1 hour transmissions right now that are coming very well here on the East Coast, at least. So you can try that. Keegan says, is that W9JEF has a Zenith Transoceanic H500 from 1951. Wow. And he's got a Zenith Transoceanic R7000 from 1981. Mobile Armor Strike Command almost finished with refurbishing the 1949 Spartan 626. Cool. So V3XDB RFI doesn't have an English service anymore. I can follow it in French frequencies and times again. French on 13740 and 15300. 13740 and 15300 are good in the afternoons here. Let me just give you the times. Usually like 1819 UT. I'm just going to give you the time. When solar activity was really high, I even heard them on 17850, but they were interfered with Spain on 17855, which I found kind of funny. Doesn't happen often today. So 13740 and 15300 are the two best frequencies that you can get here. And it is from 17 to 20 hours universal time. 17 to 20 hours universal time. Usually 18, 19 hours is better than 17. But 17 to 20, try in that range. 13740 is like the best one here. But 15300 on propagation is good. Actually comes in. So check that out. It's in French. It's the African service. And actually very, very good. David Harmon says, first time using shortwave radio. Cool. Welcome to the club. Lyndon Price, Radio Sweden. Yeah, I miss Radio Sweden International. Hugo says, here in Brazil, in the city of Sao Paulo, where I live, there is good atmospheric propagation. I tune in dozens of stations, but 90% of them are from China. That's kind of interesting. Robert Thompson, I absolutely love Radio Havana, Cuba. I've been listening to them for years. Oh yeah, they have some great programs. I mean, there's the regular U.S. bashing, but apart from that, they have some interesting stuff. Somebody was asking me the other day. He's like, Arnie Caro and DXers Unlimited and all of that. I think that is. I think Arnie Coro is. They last time I heard was like at least 7 or 8 months ago when Radio Havana, Cuba told in the mailbag show that he was, kind of sick and, at home, getting better. But I think he's, I don't know what age he is, but I think he's not going to come back. And, I kind of miss the, Arnie Coro style of DXers Unlimited. There was something simple and, it was like super simple, but fun to listen to. Arnie Coro's DXers Unlimited in Radio Havana, Cuba was kind of fun. It was one of those things that you want to listen to. Scott Belcher went back too far before radio was invented. So XFM still on 6285, XFM Pirate. Matt says a few evenings ago I had RWM on 9996. So strong I could copy it on my Grundig Satellite 750 indoors with the whip antenna. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let me try it. Let's try RWM time signal out of Russia. 9996, eh? I'm going to try that one, which is a plausible station. There's nothing right now. So I think that nope. Not coming in tonight from Russia. But I heard it a few times in the past few weeks. 9996 is a good one. And Max, the green light. Yeah, but the newer ones, there's a version, what was it? The old one has a white light and the new one has a green light or something. So Manny, there's tons of American stations you must be getting down there, Hugo. Just now, tune 9955 or 4840, just out of curiosity. I'm sure you can hear those right now in Brazil. Kevin, nice to have you here. Scott Lambert has Voice of Turkey on 9465. 9465. Not getting anything here. NH Olmsted, nice to have you on board. Hope you are well too. Hugo uses two radios, H501 and PL990. No, Arnie Coro, I think is not going to come back to Radio Havana, Cuba. He had a stroke or something like a few years ago, and already it was kind of rough. I think now is like just, staying at home. And Al, nice to have you here. Surprise, the second show. So, what station is broadcasting out of Hawaii? Well, you've got WWVH, the time signal. 6950 Pirate Station, apparently. Barry has 6,000 kilohertz doing well. VE3XDB says, I loved listening to Arnie Koro. I used to take notes and try all the frequencies he suggested. I remember when he had this little moment and he was ranting with Glenn Hauser. I was like, yeah, okay. Donnie, I just started listening again after retiring. Years ago, I listened on my ICOM IC 751 transceiver. The old days. Man Max says, I'm getting the time on 9996, but it's fading a bit. VE3XDB 9996S8. Wow. You got that there? I don't have it here. 996. What are you hearing? Because 999 at this time, let me try a SDR here. It's either time pips or, because don't mess 10 megahertz WWV. 9996 is like time pips, Morse code IDs, and Kiwi SDR. So what's playing right now on 9996? Check it out. I'm going to try a SDR here from start. Let's see what I can hear. This is what it sounds like right now. This is fast pips like this. If you hear this, you're hearing RWM. If it's not, doesn't sound like that, you're not hearing RWM. It's fast time pips right now. Well, this is what it sounds like. Hey, Chris Powell, nice to have you here. AE0IY says, thanks for doing the late show. I usually miss your show on Saturday afternoon. Cool. Well, welcome aboard. Yeah, he's pretty old now, so it's not a surprise. Yeah. Glenn is probably in the 70s. Glenn Hauser, I'm pretty sure, probably in the 70s. That I was when we were doing a recording of the International Radio Report, me and Sheldon, we were talking about how these people are getting older, and who's going to take over. Who's going to take over Glenn Hauser, or these are people that we talked about how we are a few people doing a lot of job. Only a few people are doing all the stuff, and when these people go away, what's going to happen? There's no. If I stop tomorrow doing this, nobody's taking over this. There's not going to be There's not going to be a live show like this anyone else going to do. I mean, this is very unique. And not a lot of people can talk for hours at a time about radio and about whatever, and still be there. So, So 4840, if you guys want to listen to the DX block, it's Ask.
Tennessee, we bring you Ask WWCR, a bi-weekly program that discusses the operation of WWCR and various topics of interest to all shortwave listeners. Ask WWCR is hosted by WWCR's Operations Manager, Brady Murray, and by WWCR's Frequency Manager, Dr. Jerry Plummer. Now, for the broadcast around the world, here's the current edition of Ask WWCR.
Ask WWCR.
Program number 552, which is intended for broadcast September 1st through 15th, 2021. My name is Brady Murray, and I'm joined over the telephone again by Dr. Jerry Plummer. Doc, how are you?
Things are good, Brady. So this will run September 1st to the 15th, right? It's a fall season,
Yes, yeah. Hopefully we'll get one by the 15th. We've gone over several times this year. It's been a busy year, Doc.
It really has.
It's been, yeah. Some of the shows played for a month and a half. Talk about going over. So at least they got a new show now. So DX block, Ask WWCR. Then it's going to be the Australian DX report and AWR wave scan. That's my usual Saturday night listening in general.
Folks saying it's hard to get anybody on the phone there. And I understand that, but some of that has everything to do with COVID. Well, we're trying to,
Oh yeah, World Radio is a great show. Absolutely.
In a studio.
But who will take that place? No one.
Going to ring, right?
Scott Lambert, 9370, Radio Free Asia from Kuwait.
You have to actually see it ring. And so
Not hearing anything here, but it's possible.
It's still a concern because we're trying.
Matt has got Voice of Turkey, 7275. Yeah, not too bad. It's noisy, but it's not. It's there. It's there, 7275.
Healthy here at this radio station because we really need him to be healthy to keep the place on.
9330. I'll try 9330 just out of curiosity. I've got nothing here on 9330. I wasn't sure because I got a big signal from 9330 this week, and it sounded like they were back, but it was just propagation playing a good job. Jerry DX says Austria ham on 7145 lower sideband. Let's check it out. I'm hearing a Austrian ham, 7145. Robert Thompson says people who don't listen to shortwave radio have no idea what they're missing. I started listening around 1995. I was totally fascinated with it. My love for it has never lessened. Yeah, pretty much the same here. Yeah, I hear something on 7145. It's not super strong here, but it's there. Matt says must be skipping usual, but Wiener tweeted about that they got the replacement part, so probably it's back to normal. Probably got back to normal. It's possible. Can you read the TV guy says hearing 9330 in Alberta. Keegan has 5085 WTWW jingle. That's 5 out of 5. Cool.
I think people would acknowledge that it's been hard to get in touch with a lot of people in different businesses in general. And,
so, hey guys, I'm a little tired. We've done an hour and a half. I think it's not bad for a second show. That means an hour and a half plus 3 hours and a half. It's 5 hours today. I think not too bad for a live show guy. I'm going to continue listening to the DX block. And I want to thank everybody that joined in for that second live show that we just had. And these special live shows are going to pop up from time to time. So I'm planning to do more of those. So I hope that you enjoyed this 90-minute tonight. And there will be shows on days that I don't do shows. So we're going to try to do more of these. I hope it was fun for all of you. And it's fun to tune around. We kind of have fun listening to the radio. Take care, everybody. Love you all. And stay safe. Wow, there's planes again. So take care, guys. And stay safe. Have a great Labor Day weekend in North America. And radio on. Take care, guys.